The English Premier League is often quoted as the richest league in the world, earning TV revenue that other big leagues in Europe could only dream of. This, coupled with the influx of wealthy billionaire owners, has enabled the Premier League top clubs to outspend their European rivals in the transfer market by a huge distance. This looks set to continue as the Premier League have recently announced a record TV deal that is the biggest in history, ensuring their clubs will earn significantly more over the next few years. The Premier League's new TV deal will certainly be the envy of Europe's top clubs such as Barcelona and Real Madrid, who in recent years have tried to close the financial gap with the Premier League without much success. Instead of getting closer, this new TV deal will ensure it will get even wider. In this video, we delve into the finer details of this new TV deal, the staggering increase on previous deals, and how this is going to impact the biggest clubs in Europe's top 5 leagues. We'll also explore the recent summer transfer window and provide an example of how one small English team with a tiny stadium earns significantly more than one of Europe's largest and most historic clubs. So prepare yourself to be shocked. Premier League's new TV rights deal. The Premier League recently announced their new TV deal with Sky Sports and TNT Sports worth a staggering £6.7 billion over 4 seasons, starting in 2025 and running until 2029. Sky have the lion's share of the TV rights as the station will be showing roughly 80% of the games throughout each season. When the Premier League was formed in 1992, the first deal that was struck was for £304 million over a 4-year period. 20 years later, this has now risen by £6.7 billion, a truly incredible increase. The current TV rights deal is worth £5 billion, so there's even a massive increase compared to that. The gap between the Premier League and Europe's other top leagues. For years now, the other top leagues and clubs in Europe have been vocal about their ever-widening gap in finances between them and the Premier League. Quite rightly, they've been aggrieved by the substantial difference in TV rights deals and the impact that has on their ability to compete with Premier League clubs in the transfer market and European competitions. For example, in the 2021-22 season, the Premier League earned a total revenue of £5.5 billion, compared to La Liga's total revenue of £2.8 billion. The rest of the top 5 leagues' revenue was £2.7 billion for the Bundesliga, £2 billion for Serie A, and £1.7 billion for Ligue 1. It's not just TV rights where the Premier League out-earn their European rivals. According to a 2023 annual review of football finance from Deloitte, clubs in the English Premier League earn nearly twice as much as La Liga clubs through matchday revenue. The financial gap only seems to be getting bigger, and the following example highlights how crazy it really is. Premier League record transfer window. Clubs in the Premier League set a new record for spending on players during the summer transfer window, spending an incredible £2.4 billion in total. This was up an insane £440 million from the previous summer window. Clubs in the Premier League accounted for nearly 50% of the total summer transfer window spending across the top 5 leagues in Europe. The Premier League clubs clearly have a huge financial advantage over their European counterparts, and this is why many of Europe's top clubs like Juventus and Barcelona pushed hard for the formation of a Super League in the hope they could close the financial gap between them and the clubs in England's top flight. If you're not shocked by now, then this next bit is bound to tip you over the edge. Small teams in Premier League earn more than some of Europe's historic clubs. Bournemouth are one of the smallest teams in the Premier League and have a small stadium and fan base. Despite this, they earn more revenue than a European powerhouse like AC Milan. In fact, if Bournemouth were to get relegated this season, they would earn more money than Milan would get if they won the Italian league. Bonkers or what?